Welcome, everybody. It's another episode of Finding Your Inner Joy. I'm Jeremy Griffin, the Executive Director of the New York City Hemophilia Chapter, and we've been around since 2008, helping build community to improve health outcomes. And this exclusive program for NYCHC community members and guests, we want to empower you to live a happier life through laughter and yoga. Laughter is such a good remedy. It helps with your health. Studies show that laughter can help ease physical ailments and pain, releases dopamine, and reduces stress. So we have searched the internet for the very best comedians we can find, and every week we're going to bring them right here to you to give you a little laughter. The performances will be about 30 minutes. Some weeks we'll have comedians, and some weeks we'll have yoga instructors, all dedicated to bringing you a little extra joy. To find out more information about the program or other virtual events that the chapter hosts, check out nyhemophilia.org, or you can just click below. See, these are all links about joy. We have links to our sponsors down here, and over here is another link to other resources to find inner joy. All right, enough from me. Are you ready? Let's do it. Sit back, let the healing process begin, and let's celebrate again. We deserve it. So thank you again for being here. Thank you to our sponsors for making this possible. Hey, enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, my name is Kerri Louise and I'm a stand-up comedian, and I want to talk about quarantine. What else is there to talk about, right? This whole pandemic, we've learned a lot about each other. We've learned a lot about ourselves. I think we found the silver lining in some things. Like, I have some good news and bad news that I've found with this quarantine. Like, the good news is I find that I don't need a whole lot of toilet paper to wipe myself. The bad news is I should have stocked up on wine. Seriously, what are these people doing stocking up on toilet paper? Have they never camped before? Have they ever wiped themselves with a leaf? And what about maybe a sock? You know, those one pairs of socks that get disappeared, you can never find a match. Wipe yourself with that, throw it away. That solves a problem, right? And now, you know what they're hoarding? Is paper towel. I can't get paper towel anywhere. And I need my Bounty. I have found out that I cannot live without Bounty. You cannot have cheap paper towel. You can't get by with cheap paper towel. You just can't do it. So I have been searching for Bounty. I have become a bounty hunter. That's what I've become in this whole pandemic. I don't mind wearing my mask. In fact, I like it because I don't eat as much. That's the good news. The bad news is last week I passed out on smelling my own breath. That can happen. I've been running a lot lately. That's the good news. I've been running in the park a lot. Not to get my heart rate up, just to get away from people 6 feet. Very difficult, especially if it's crowded. So this is some bad news that we found out. Halloween is canceled. But the good news is you still can go trick-or-treating as long as you wear a mask. So that's the good news. I've been shopping a lot. I don't even have a job. Can't go back to work. And I shouldn't be shopping online, but I love to shop. I miss my Kohl's Cash. I love Kohl's Cash. It is like a love-hate thing, though. Have you ever had that Kohl's Cash expire in your wallet? Oh my God, you hate yourself for a whole month. The next time you go in, though, you have that $10 Kohl's Cash. You're like, I'm going to beat the system. I'm going in for $10 shirt, and that's it. I'm out. $250 later, and more Kohl's Cash. It's a vicious circle. I know what they're doing. They can't get rid of you. I love finding a bargain. I like bargain hunt all the time. So much so that my husband thought I was seeing some guy named Clarence. So I miss the shopping. My husband starts to shop online. He's shopping online now. He bought a contraption to work out in because, he can't go to the gym. So he bought a contraption that you fit over your head and you put a weight on the bottom and you go like this to work out your neck. Really? Is that essential? I don't think so. We don't need that. And you know what I wish? I wish I could pay my mortgage with CVS extra bucks. Here's another silver lining and some good news. We've learned all how to use Zoom for meetings and get-togethers. It's so great. Well, we sort of learned. I mean, we're still telling Agnes, you're on mute, Agnes. Go to the down, take to the left, unclick mute. We can't hear you. Unclick mute. Agnes, Agnes, stop talking. And when I'm on meetings, I can't get anything done. I can't understand the person because I'm too busy looking at myself like, yeah, sure. What's in my teeth? Sure, I'll do it. I have no idea what they said. Oh, going back to school, these kids, they're going back to school, which is difficult because I already expelled them from the springtime, being home. Yeah, talking back to their teacher, fighting in the hallways, and having a food fight. So when they're not at school, maybe 1, 2, I don't know how many days a week, I have to homeschool them. Now that's going to be difficult because I'm not even smart. They said in school that I had ADHD, AA, AAA. I know, AAA is the worst because you're going to pay for that one every year. And they said I have dyslexia. And I do a little, not all the time, just when I read. I swear to dog, I have it. Numbers screw me up. Not all numbers. I like 11. That's my favorite number. My mom has it. I think that's why I have it. But it doesn't really affect our relationship. I wanted to ask her to go out to lunch on 57th Street, but I really meant to say 75th Street, and she switched it in her mind, and we met there and no one knew. So that's good. And I was in the lowest reading group when I was little. And, I knew I was in the lowest. The teacher tried to be creative, as naming the group says animals, so we wouldn't know we were in the lowest. But I knew. I may be dumb, I'm not stupid. Because she's like, the giraffes go in that corner and read, and the tigers go in that corner and read, and the slugs. That's you, Kerri. Go back to first grade. So yeah, very difficult for me in school, very challenging. I remember my mom would get my report card, and in the comments section, you can't just write, your kid's dumb. But I knew that's what she was saying. I may not be able to read, but I can read between the lines. Because she's like, Kerri tries really hard. Kerri's creative. Kerri's a pleasure to have in class. That means Kerri tries really hard. She never gets the answer right. She creatively thinks of the answer that's so out of this world, makes me laugh, causes me pleasure. That's what that means. But my kids are smart. My kids are so smart. I'm at the spelling stage. It's very hard to do a spell out loud for a dyslexic. I wanted to ask my husband to go out for ice cream, and I'm like, honey, you want to go out for an ICE, I before E, except after C? Hey, do you want to? Next thing you know, he's in the bedroom naked. But, I just wanted ice cream. If any of you have children going back to school or your grandkids going back to school, you know how difficult it is with this reentry plan and what to do and what not to do. And I think my school district has gotten it down pat. I mean, it's so easy. Can I just share with you? I really think that my school district should be the blueprint of every school district because it's just so easy. I'm just going to read to you how easy it is for us. So my kids will be put into a 1, 2, 3 cohorts. Now these cohorts will report to school every 3rd day. And on the 7th day, everybody stays home for remote learning. Now that 7th day will be on a 2-hour delay. We will be maintaining our A and B schedules, and we will not, I repeat, we will not be using our regular C day schedules because that begins with COVID. And we don't want people to be upset or reminded of COVID throughout the day. So therefore, we're only working A and B schedules unless, of course, there's a snow day, in which case everyone will use the C day schedule, but only for that week. And we'll call it a catch-up day. Now, students entering the building, all students will have to take their temperature, unless, of course, that student visited a high-risk state during the summer. So then those students will have to take their temperature by the school nurse, and she or he will do it the baby way. But if you or anyone you know are cousins with Miley Cyrus or any other star that performed in the Video Music Awards this year, then you are exempt. You don't need your temperature checked, as long as you tell everyone who you had sex with and you fill out the Miley Cyrus yellow forms. Not to be confused with the blue forms, because they are for the High School Musical. Now, all students will have to wear a mask. Everyone needs to wear a mask. They must wear a mask unless your student has a medical condition and cannot wear a mask. Then that student cannot enter into the school without a doctor's note and a COVID test, and cookies for everyone in the cohorts. Now, these cookies cannot be made with eggs, tree nuts, or gluten, and they must be tasty and lactose free. Students will be allowed to take off their masks for mask break, but only when they're outside on a B-day schedule only. Now, students will be prohibited to take off a mask if they happen to have a lot of zits and breakouts that day, because no one needs to see that. Now, parents who are letting their kids take the bus are completely insane. But nonetheless, you will need to take your temperature of your child on your own, and you will need to answer these 3 questions. Are you sick? Do you have a cough? Are you tired? You need to text this to the bus driver before the bus driver is allowed to let you on the bus. Now, due to this extra time and the fact that we don't allow our bus drivers to text and drive, we are going to start earlier. Your child may be picked up at 5:30, so plan ahead. Now, parents dropping off their kids. You will drop off your kids off in the parking lot to the right, and you will get a time to drop off your kids. You will be on a 4-minute interval schedule. Now, you need to email us within 24 hours of your 4-minute time. If you don't email us within 24 hours, your time will expire for someone who needs that time. You will drop your kids off on the right-hand side on Mondays and Tuesdays and go clockwise. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, you'll go counterclockwise. Now, on Fridays, everyone will have to get out of their car and do their best TikTok impression and dance of Cardi B's #1 hit song. Now, parents who have children on a mail plan, you will have to go pick up your mail at our kiosk. You have to first wash your hands for 30 minutes. Unless, of course, that's the 7th day and everyone is remote, then you need to pick up your meals at the courthouse. Unless, of course, the 7th day lands on a Tuesday, well, then you need to go to the town hall. All right, what if your kid gets COVID? Now, that's the big question, right? What if someone gets COVID? So here's what happened. If a student gets COVID, you are not allowed to come back to school for 14 days. And for re-entry, you will need a doctor's note and a negative COVID test. If the COVID test takes 11 days or more, then you will need to quarantine for another 14 days unless you find Waldo. So those are the rules. I think it's pretty easy. I think we can do it. It's going to be challenging, but these are challenging times. This is the new norm. I can't wait for the new norm to be normal. I plan to drop off my kid, and I'm driving a minivan. I know, I shouldn't be in a minivan. This does not belong in a minivan. My friend, she refuses to get a minivan. She doesn't want to be uncool. She says to me one time while I'm driving her in my minivan, "Oh my God, I wouldn't be got dead in a minivan." Yeah, so I slammed on my brakes. Now she's dead in my minivan. My kids are getting older, so I've been shopping for a new car. I need to be in a cool SUV. It's time. They're old enough now, and it's time I move on. So I've been shopping for a car. Now, all these cars, they're designed to target guys. So when a woman is looking for a car, it's different. Like a guy will walk in and say, "Yeah, I need an RPM 360 V8 6." I'm like, yeah, I need 6 cup holders. That's what I need. And the guy will be like, the trim lines are all like hard letters, big numbers like CRX 360 and an EX 500. Guy will walk in, "Yeah, I want the XXL." I'm like, I don't want the XXL. That's extra, extra large. I can't be found in an extra large anything. No, thank you. And a guy will test drive a car and he'll slam on the brakes just to test the suspension. I'll test drive a car. I'll slam on my brakes just to see if my pocketbook slams into the windshield. Yeah, because, I need to know. And if that pocketbook flies all over the place, and that lipstick goes through the seats, someone's going to pay because that color is discontinued. So I will not be getting that car. So I have one of these, what do you call these, husbands. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know why I got married. I mean, I know why, the health insurance. Yeah, that's why we have the kids. That's our retirement plan. Yeah, I think every woman who has a husband imitates their husband in the same exact way. We all have that same husband voice, and this is it. Yeah, so my husband comes home, and he's like, I don't know why. You didn't tell me. What am I supposed to do? You all sound like that. You all sound the same. You're cute when you're a boyfriend. As soon as you're a husband, you have buck teeth and you talk like this. I have no idea. And then you don't think. Brain goes out the door. You don't think where an item might be. You just rather would call our name for 5 minutes, just screaming our name. Honey, sweetie, where are the batteries? That's my husband. Where are the batteries? I'm like, in the battery drawer. It says batteries right on it. It's been there for 5 years. I didn't know that. How am I supposed to know if you don't tell me? Because it says it. It says batteries right on it. Well, I don't know. It's been there. I don't know. Please help me with this. How can my husband go to the dollar store and spend $150? How does that happen? Do you know what that means for me? That means I have to find a place for 150 crappy items for him to ask me where they are a week later. What'd you do with the stuff from the dollar store? I put it right here with my keys and my sandwich last week on the shelf. What'd you do with it? I bought batteries. I was going to put them away. No, he wasn't. He doesn't put anything away. Nothing away. He doesn't put anything away. And then when I put it away and he can't find it, he gets mad at me. And then he starts calling me Patty, put away. What'd you do with it, Patty? Hey, Patty, put away. Put away, Patty. Patty, Patty, put away. Put away, Patty. Patty, 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 put away, Patty. Patty! Yeah, my name's Kerri, by the way. Yeah, that's him. I'm married to the unfinished project man. Anybody else? Yeah, he'll do his projects in the living room. Yeah, not the basement where his toolbox is. No, he wants to do it in the living room so he can watch TV, watch the game while he assembles it, not read a manual. Why? Why would he read a manual? He knows what to do. And then it's stuck there for 9 months. I've never seen a guy read a manual. I don't know why they call it a manual. They should be calling it a womanual. And we get in fights. And we do. I'll tell him. I'll say, go ahead, divorce me. Go marry some young, beautiful, blonde, big boobs. Marry that. It's going to be great for 6 months tops. Then she's going to be exactly like me. So, we're still together. Here's his favorite game. This is his favorite game because he knows he can win. We're about to fall asleep and he says, let's see who can go to sleep the fastest. Because you know guys, they're out like that. They're not even finished telling us they're asleep and they're asleep. I think I'm going to... I wish I could fall asleep like that. Women can't fall asleep like that. We're like a computer that can't shut down, and the pinwheel keeps turning. Something's operating. Something's operating. That's my inner voice. That's my mind all night long, just operating and not letting me go to sleep. It's like, Kerri, go to sleep. I'm going to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You're going to wake up. You're going to work out. You're going to wake up early. You're going to work out. You're going to press snooze. I'm not going to press snooze. I'm going to get up. Well, don't press snooze. All right, I won't. You ate too much. I know. How many calories are in a muffin? Times 3. That wench better not get my coffee wrong tomorrow morning. I swear to God, what's so hard about large black? I think she does it on purpose. I think she thinks I'm a brat. I'm not a brat. I don't sleep at night. I'm cranky and you keep getting my coffee wrong. Go to sleep, Kerri. Just go to sleep. You have so much to do. You have so much laundry to do. You have cleaning. You should get a cleaning lady. I can't afford a cleaning lady. Shoot, I should have married someone rich. Well, go to sleep. And why is my rash not gone? My rash should be gone by now. I'm using the strong stuff. And don't forget to call the plumber. I won't. You should wake up and write down. I'm not going to wake up. I'm not going to write it down. Well, don't forget. I won't forget. You know, Kerri, go to sleep. You should be praying to God for people unfortunate. You're right. Dear God. God bless everybody. And I know you're busy, God, but when you get a second, please, God, please make my period come, please. I don't think I'm pregnant. I think I might be going through the change, and I'm just way too young to be going through the change. I can't be going through the change. Please make my period come, please. He's sleeping. Thank God. Now I don't have to have sex with him. I could wake him up and have sex with him. Maybe that would relax me. No, I'm not gonna. It's too late. It's too late. I'm not gonna. Well, it's only gonna take a second. That's my husband's favorite game. He wins every time. Or he doesn't. However you want to look at it. Another thing that I missed when I was quarantining is getting my nails done. I loved getting my nails done. I have the grossest nails, so as soon as we were able to go get our nails done, that's the first thing I did. And I got them long, extra long, and sexy. I kept on practicing in the mirror. Are you talking to me? I couldn't dress myself. I couldn't zipper or do any buttons. I couldn't type. I couldn't text. I paid $50 to be handicapped. The parking was nice. Well, that's it for me, everybody. I hope I made you laugh in these trying times. We all need a laugh. We're going to get through this together and with laughter, I hope. So come visit me and say hi on all my social media pages. Kerri Louise Laugh, KerriLouise.com. Bye.
Oh my gosh. Another great, great session from these comedians. I don't know how we find them, but I'm really glad we did. Hopefully it made you laugh. Hopefully it made you smile. And more than anything, I just hope it brought you a little joy today. We'll see you next week. Next week, we have a wonderful yoga instructor. So come back next week. Thank you to our sponsors for making this possible. Do check out the links down below. And thanks again for being here. See you next week.